Okay guys, so Striker's getting pretty big. So what I wanted to do was start to show you how I teach a dog to sit and wait for their food in their bowl. Really handy obedience command to have. And it's really proofing your sit stay is really what it's doing. But I just wanted to show you the different steps that I take. Usually takes me a few sessions to really get the dog to understand exactly the game that we're playing. It's a patience game, okay? So you have to be really patient with this. When I get to the point where I'm putting the food down, if he breaks and stands up, the punishment is to take the food away, okay? Now, I don't want to do this just one time. I want to take his lunch and I want to sprinkle a little bit in the bowl each time and practice over and over and over, giving him an opportunity to actually learn, okay? So let's just see how he goes. He's never done it before and we're just doing it live right now. So we'll start with this sit. Guys, look how big he's getting. He's so big so fast. Sit. Breathe. So we start off with him just sitting while I have the bowl in my hand. The most difficult part is typically when you start to bend over, the dog wants to stand up. And then of course the hardest part is when the bowl is sitting on the floor and I eventually do stand up. Leave it. I do like to follow it up with a leave it. So when I grab the bowl, he's not attacking me for it. Sit. Breathe. So you'll see I'm subtly bending over each time a little bit further to teach him, just because I'm doing that, don't stand up. If I leave it, if I want to remind him to stay there, again, I recommand him. Sit. 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 Breathe. So I can already tell on that one that putting the bowl down in front of him is going to potentially get him to stand up. So I will use the word no if he does stand up calmly, and then I will repeat myself or recommand him to sit back down. Leave it. From now on, whenever I feed him, I'm either going to feed him in his crate like I usually do, probably 20% of the time, but really for the next week, and I suggest you do this at home, take advantage of your feeding sessions and practice how to do this. Ooh, that's too much. Sit. No. Sit. No. Sit. No. Sit. No. Sit. Breathe. Okay, so that's perfect. That's totally normal if they're going to make mistakes like that. That's why I'm telling you, this is a patience game. Notice I didn't raise my voice, I didn't get frustrated. I'm expecting him to make mistakes. I'm expecting to have to teach. Sit. No. Sit. Breathe. Breathe. Good. Okay? These times get a little bit better. Again, the punishment, if he moves, is to pick it up and stand up. Okay? Sit. Remind him, sit. No. Sit. No. Sit. Breathe. So, interestingly enough, and this is really important for every dog owner to realize, just because he did it really good on the last one doesn't mean he's going to do it just as good on the next one. And I think sometimes when they don't, people get annoyed and they get impatient. Look, he's going to be successful on some of them and he's going to be unsuccessful on others. But the job of a trainer or you as a handler need to just be consistent with this routine. Leave it. Now, the other great thing is because Striker is a really fast eater, this is kind of a nice way to slow his eating down and not give him an upset stomach. Sit. Sit. Breathe. I notice a little bit of body language when I release him to try to communicate to him that it is okay to get up and now eat it. It's Just really good. I'm having a fun session with him. He's being very good, being successful. He's making some mistakes, giving me an opportunity to learn. Look, that's the thing about life. We're going to learn mostly from our mistakes, not our successes. The successes feel good, and they're the rewards for our hard work. But typically, the trial and error, a lot of error has to take place. Here. Sit. No. Sit. Sit. Breathe. There you go. Now again, I can't stress enough how important it is to be patient. Because of the little mistakes that he makes, it's giving me an opportunity to teach him that mediocre is not acceptable. I'm looking for the same standard each time. I've made it on each one a little bit more difficult. You notice on the last one where I actually stood up. Okay, that gives a dog an opportunity to break and take the food before you can reach down. So break it up into baby steps, because if you do, you're going to have more successes. Sit. If you bite off more than you can chew and you put the whole thing down and you try to stand up all at one time, he's going to break. He might even get a success at trying to get to the food before you can pick it up. Sit. No. Sit. Sit. Breathe. So my theory with no is this. For some reason, the whole world freaks out if you use the word no anymore. Like, God forbid you ruin the dog's self-esteem. But here's the problem, is that if you don't use no, you better come up with some other word that means incorrect. Because that's how I'm using it. I'm not using it to intimidate him or scare him. I'm using it as a way to communicate that that behavior of standing up is incorrect. Don't do it. Sit back now. So if you want to use or no thank you, or whatever you want to use, I don't care. I don't even care if you say yes. It doesn't matter to me. Dog doesn't know the difference. Use a word that you're comfortable with and be calm when you're using it to communicate incorrect. Got about 2 more left. Sit. Sit. No. Sit. Good. So I got a little greedy there. I didn't release him right away, but it's a good learning experience. Sit. Breathe. So what's interesting there is the timing of picking it back up is really important. Because if he gets the success and eats the food, he's really not going to take me seriously. So speed is of the essence. I'm not hovering over him and paranoid during the whole process. I'm standing up as if I were to tell him, I dare you, try it. And if he does, real quick, pick it up. Oh, are we getting tired? All right, this is going to be the last one. I can't even count how many we did, but we've gotten a lot in. Here, come here. You got to get in the frame, man. They can't see you. Here, sit. Good. Sit. Sit. Breathe. Good. And of course, we're always trying to finish on him doing it properly. I'm calling this a session. Is finished. He did it right. This is exactly how I like to see it. And we'll do it again tonight for dinner. So go get your dog and try it with him.